Imagine a night that lasts for 72 hours. A darkness so absolute, so thick, it can be felt. A cold that penetrates the bone, while fire rains from the sky. This isn't the plot of a horror movie. It's a prophecy. A final warning allegedly given to one of the most revered mystics of the 20th century, Saint Padre Pio. He saw the signs, the precursors to a divine chastisement known as the 3 days of darkness. And the most terrifying part, many believe those signs are happening right now, right before our eyes. Before we look at the signs, you need to understand the man who supposedly delivered this warning. Francesco Forgione, later known as Padre Pio, was no ordinary priest. From a young age, he experienced heavenly visions, battled demonic forces, and bore the stigmata, the 5 wounds of Christ on his body for 50 years. Popes, scientists, and doctors all examined him, unable to explain the phenomena surrounding him. He could read souls in the confessional, bilocate to be in 2 places at once, and accurately predict future events. This wasn't a man given to flights of fancy. He was a spiritual warrior, and when he spoke of the future, people listened. If you want to uncover more secrets like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss what's coming next. The idea of a 3-day darkness didn't start with Padre Pio. It's a recurring theme in Catholic prophecy, most notably from Blessed Anna Maria Taigi in the early 19th century. She spoke of a thick, pestilential darkness where the air would be filled with the shrieks of demons. The only light would come from blessed wax candles, which would not extinguish. The wicked, the persecutors of the Church, would perish. She said this event would cleanse the earth and usher in a new era of faith. What Padre Pio did was provide a modern context, a more urgent timeline, and specific signs that would precede this terrifying event. He confirmed the vision of the earlier mystics, but added his own chilling details. The first sign is one we can no longer ignore, nature itself turning against humanity. Padre Pio spoke of a world in upheaval, earthquakes in places that never had them, floods, storms, and fires of a magnitude never before seen. He described it as the earth groaning in pain under the weight of sin. Look at the world around you. Every year, we hear the same words: unprecedented, record-breaking, historic. We see seasons shift, ecosystems collapse, and natural disasters strike with increasing fury and frequency. Is this just climate change, a purely scientific phenomenon? Or is it the planet itself reacting to a spiritual sickness, the first great warning bell that something is terribly wrong? The second sign is not physical, but spiritual, a widespread loss of faith, what the Bible calls an apostasy. Padre Pio was deeply troubled by this. He saw a time when humanity would become so arrogant, so self-reliant, that they would try to build a world without God. He warned that this spiritual vacuum wouldn't remain empty. It would be filled with new idols, technology, wealth, power, and a rejection of objective truth. He saw a deep confusion spreading even within the church itself, with wolves in sheep's clothing leading the flock astray. This crisis of faith, this abandonment of moral law, was, in his vision, a critical precursor. It creates the spiritual darkness that precedes the physical one. When faith wanes, persecution rises. This is the third sign. Padre Pio foresaw a time when those who hold fast to traditional beliefs would be ridiculed, marginalized, and eventually openly attacked. He wasn't just talking about far-off lands. He spoke of a cold persecution in the West, where believers would be silenced, their rights stripped away, and their faith treated as a form of bigotry. This sign is a slow burn. It starts with mockery, then moves to legislation, and finally, can lead to outright violence. The prophecy states that just before the chastisement, the faithful will feel cornered, isolated, and without earthly protection. This intense pressure is meant to be a final test of faith before the divine intervention. Perhaps the most subtle and dangerous sign is the fourth, a false sense of peace and security. The prophecies speak of a time when world leaders will proclaim a new era of global unity and solutions to all of humanity's problems. It will sound like a utopia is within reach. But this peace will be a facade, a house built on sand. It will be a human-centric peace, one that explicitly excludes God. The Bible warns of this, saying, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. This deceptive calm is meant to lull the world into a spiritual sleep, to make them believe they have saved themselves, right at the moment when judgment is about to fall. The final, unmistakable sign is a celestial event. Padre Pio, along with other mystics, spoke of a sign in the heavens that will terrify the entire world. Some interpretations point to a great cross appearing in the sky, others to a massive comet or celestial body that will appear suddenly and disrupt the natural order. It is described as a great sign that will make the night full of light. This won't be a minor astronomical event that only scientists notice. It will be a global spectacle, a final, undeniable announcement that the time has come. This celestial harbinger will trigger the start of the 3 days. When the world sees this, there will be no more time for debate. So what happens when the darkness falls? According to the prophecies, all electricity and man-made light will fail. The only light will be from blessed wax candles. People are instructed to stay indoors, seal their windows and doors, and pray continuously. The air outside will be filled with a deadly pestilence, and more terrifyingly, with demons released from hell. They will imitate the voices of loved ones, begging to be let in. To look outside, or to open the door for any reason, would mean instant death. It is described as a time when hell is let loose upon the earth, but the righteous, those who have prepared and who trust in God, will be protected within their homes as if by an invisible shield. After 72 hours, the darkness will lift. The sun will rise on a cleansed earth. The prophecies state that a huge portion of humanity will have perished. The wicked will be gone. Those who survive will emerge into a world purified. It will be the beginning of an era of unprecedented peace and faith. The survivors will be humble, grateful, and deeply devoted to God. The church will be renewed, and humanity will live in harmony for a time. The 3 days of darkness, as terrifying as they are not meant to be an end, but a purification, a painful, drastic surgery to save the world from its own self-destruction. So how does one prepare for something so cataclysmic? The instructions left by the saints are not about building bunkers or hoarding supplies. They are entirely spiritual. First, and most important, is a state of grace. Frequent confession and living in accordance with God's laws. Second, are the sacramentals. Have blessed beeswax candles in your home. The prophecy says they will be the only things that give light. Keep holy water, a blessed crucifix, and rosaries. The primary defense during this time is not a locked door, but constant, fervent prayer, especially the rosary. The preparation is about the state of your soul, not the state of your pantry. It is crucial to understand that prophecies like this are not meant to be a fatalistic sentence of doom. They are a warning, a call to conversion, a desperate plea from heaven to turn back before it's too late. We can't know the day or the hour. Obsessing over dates is pointless and forbidden. But we can look at the signs. We can see the patterns that Padre Pio and others warned us about, taking shape in our world today. Whether the 3 days of darkness happens in our lifetime or 1,000 years from now, the message is the same. Live every day in a state of grace. Be prepared to meet God at any moment. The darkness is a possibility, but the light of faith is a certainty. The choice is ours. What do you think? Are these signs real, or are they just coincidences? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.